Hello and welcome to the CVS2 Netplay Discord. Today in this video, I'll be teaching you how to get Dolphin set up and running. So, um, this is the welcome screen. Say you want to download Dolphin and get it working. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down to Netplay Dolphin down here. Go to up here where it says Pin Messages. It's a little pin icon. Click there. And then it says download the latest Dolphin build here. You just click jump and it'll take you up here. Click on this link. It will pop up a window that says download development versions. Make sure to download the latest version. So say you're on Windows, download Windows x64, or you're on Mac OS. Just a reminder that Dolphin, the development versions, are only compatible with 64-bit versions of Windows. So if you got a 32-bit version, you can't actually use this. So you gotta make sure that it's running on 64-bit. So you gotta download the Windows x64. All right, so we got our zip folder downloading. All right, it's complete. So now just drag it up here. Okay, so there's that. Next thing you're gonna do is go back to pin messages again. Go down to where it says CVS2EO game rip. Click jump. It's gonna tell you to the no preview available. Download. All right. So it's gonna say download anyway. Continue. All right, game's downloading. All right, I already have the game set up, so download it. So no need to do none of that yet. Yeah. So you can close that. Close this. You're not gonna really be needing that at the moment. Um. All right. So back over here. So say you're on your desktop. You gotta right click. Go to new. Make a new folder. What I did was typed in CVS2 Netplay. One, as I already do got a folder, so I gotta. This is a copy. You can just drag Dolphin in here. Open that up. Extract a Dolphin master, so that's gonna be extracting. It's not gonna take too long. All right, so that is done. So now you go in here. Go to Dolphin. I'm just gonna ask you to ask before running. Just click run. All right. So this is not actually how your Dolphin is going to be looking. This is actually how mine looks. But, give me a sec. I'm going to actually try to show you. So this is going to be blank. This game list is going to be blank. There's going to be text that says double click to set a directory. You can do it from there. But since I already got my thing set up and I'm going to have to delete it, all my configuration settings and everything like that. I'm going to show you another way, which is by going up here to File. Or no, never mind. Um, So go to probably configuration. Yeah. All right. So paths. It's gonna say game folders. This is just gonna be your directory. Just you can click add. You can go to your desktop. Um, Dolphin or whatever, wherever your ROMs are located. Your game. So select folder, and your game should pop up. CVS2 should be the top since it's probably like the only game they're gonna have at the moment, or unless you got Dolphin working or something like that, or you know how to get that working, then you don't really need any other instructions for to continue. Um, so next thing, what you're going to be doing is that after you got your directory set up, is that you're going to be going to config, go to general again, Click where it says enable cheats, turn that off. Where it says auto update, where it says click right here, it should say don't update or beta once a month or whatever. Make sure that's set to dev multiple times a day to make sure that we got like the latest update every single time. Um, everything else you don't really mess with. Um, Interface, you don't mess with that. You really need to. Audio, no need. Okay, so here, GameCube. Since you're gonna be playing on Netplay, just gotta make sure that you got memory cards turned off, as having separate saves may cause some desyncs. It's not common, but there is that risk that it happens. So just gotta make sure that whenever you are playing Netplay, you got the memory card turned off, both memory cards. So slotting and sloppy have to be set to nothing. And that's it for config right there. Next thing you're gonna be going is to graphics. Backend is kind of different for everyone else. Not really sure. It depends on your computer and software. But commonly, most people should probably be running on DirectX 11 adapter. That's my just GPU. Aspect ratio. Just gotta set it a force 4:3 or on automatic. Any of those two are fine. You can enable VSync or turn that off. I have it set to show FPS just to show the frame rate, show netplay ping. That's to show your the ping between you and the other player. Netplay messages, you can actually have like the chat messages just pop up in game as well as you're playing. Shader compilation, make sure that sets to the synchronous skip drawing and then compile shaders before starting. Enhancements. You can actually upscale the game. I have it set to 720p right now. 1080p runs fine as well. Well, it just depends on your GPU and how powerful your computer is, but you can have it upscaled as to however much you want, up to 5K. So 5K CVS2. Uh, Anti-aliasing. You can mess with that. No graphic filtering. You can mess with that as well. It doesn't really affect the gameplay as long as your computer supports it. Scale the FB copy, have that checked. Force 24-bit color, that's fine as well. Copy filter, that's fine as well. Arbitrary mid-mat detection, that's fine as well. Everything else that's over here, that's unchecked, just leave that unchecked. Stereoscopy, that's for like 3D, but you don't really need it. Skip EFB access from GPU, leave that unchecked. Ignore format changes, leave that checked. Leave that checked. Everything else over here, you shouldn't really be messing with. Just leave it as fine. Everything else, that's fine as well. You don't really need to mess with it either. Um, but yeah, so you got that graphic settings all figured out and set up. So next thing, say if you're playing on an arcade stick, mine is a Quamba drone. It's a PS3, the PS4 PC stick. Everyone's gonna be a bit different. Or like they're probably gonna be, or you're gonna be playing on pad or whatever. But just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna be using my stick, which is a PlayStation configuration. So what you're going to be doing is going up here to controllers, where it says port 1. Make sure that's set to standard controller. Click configure. All right. Over here should be a list of your input devices. Quamba arcade joystick. All right. I have that set. All right. Buttons. So um, the CVS2 the thing that, since this is the GameCube version, controllers are gonna be like on the GameCube layout. So you just gotta make sure that everything's mapped properly. So the A button will be circle, which is medium kick. B is back, so that's gonna be light kick, which is X. Um, Y, which will be triangle, or not triangle, square. That will be light punch. Medium punch is X, which is triangle. Um, Heavy punch will be R, So set that to R, which is R1. Light kick, heavy kick will be L, which is set to R2, which is buttons right there. There's no macros for like 8 buttons, so you're not going to be able to use the last 2 buttons unless you have them set to unless you have it set to the Z button, which is like the only extra shoulder button that you can use. So you can just set it to like 3 kicks, 3 punches, or something else. But just for me, since I have the 6 button layout, that's fine. I have Z set to taunt, so Z is just taunt, which is the default controls. Start to start. D-pad, that's just your main stick. You can set the control stick, but not really necessary. C-stick, you can't use that since it's the right stick. But yeah, so that's the layout. If you want to, just in case you accidentally screw up or your thing didn't save, you can type in CVS2 stick or whatever as your layout. You can set it and then click save. These are just multiple profiles I have for like different games I play. But yeah. So once that is done, just make sure that your buttons all light up. They're all flashing red. Your stick is moving. Input, everything's good. Now just click close. Click close. All right. So now what we're going to be doing is making sure that the game runs fine and our inputs are working. So just gonna load up the game and test it out. So just gotta double click. It's gonna say no memory card file, free files. Just go to continue without saving. Press medium kick, circle. So
all records are made to be broken.
Alright, so game's running fine. Just turn this down a little. Alright. So game is running, seems to be running fine. Boot it up alright. Alright, so we got everything. Everything seems to be normal. Alright, so just hit circle to select. Alright, going to London. Alright, so right here on the character select screen, make sure to not select GCism, as that is for GameCube controllers, but that is not really the arcade standard version to play with. So what you're going to be doing is that just make sure to select ACism, but say you accidentally pick GCism or you pick the wrong character. What you can do is that you can press start and select and hold all 6 buttons and it will restart the game. And then you can just go back and just make sure things are properly selected. So let's say playing Ryu or just a ratio or whatever. I don't think there's really any changes from GC to ACism for like character health or stats or whatever, so it's mostly just the controller scheme. So alright, so seems to be running fine. Inputs are okay. Alright, light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. Inputs are moving. Alright. Taunt's working. Pause. Alright, everything's good. So the reason why I made you do Dolphin setups and the configure controller settings in Dolphin is because if you actually start the game, your buttons are gonna be all wrong. And what you're going to be doing is that you're going to be manually changing the buttons every single time. Doing this actually just makes sure that everything's set to default settings. And say you want to just change an extra button or something like that. Say you want Z button to be like 3 punches or 3 kicks. You can do that. It'll just get rid of your taunt. And all you got to do is just do the input. That's it. yeah. All right. So since you're done, you can just close the game. It's gonna say the only stop at current emulation. Just click yes. And so now to get Netplay working, you gotta go up to Tools, Start Netplay, and then right here, um, I think on default for some users it's gonna say direct connection. It's gonna give you like some IP or something like that, port number. Change it to traversal, and right here you can just change your nickname or add mine Starman90. Um, you can connect. So say someone is hosting, they'll give you a host code, and you just gotta copy and paste it onto here, and then click connect, and you'll join their room. All right, the host will be in charge of starting the game and making sure that the settings are all properly configured. But yeah. So say if you're hosting, just gotta click host. Capcom versus SK2. You can double click it. Um, so this is gonna be your NetPlay window, the menu, and everything. Um, right here you got chat. Say hi, hello. All right. Room ID. You don't really mess with this. This code right here. Just gotta click copy, and then you can just paste it onto the Discord. Say you're playing. Um, they'll just copy and paste that code. All right, and they'll join in once they're connected. Um, make sure the sync says. You can just leave that off. Um, input buffer. So depending on the ping and like who you're playing with, um, if they're close, generally, ping shouldn't be over like say 50 or 60, and so typically leaving the buffer set to 5 or 6 is fine. 5 is default. If you lower it, it may cause some desyncs, but 5 is probably like the minimal that you can just leave it set to. Um, but depending on what it says, so like say if it's on 60, just raise it to 6, and so just kind of adjust it depending on the ping. So like if it says 60, just leave it at 6. 70 ping, 70, 80 ping, 8, 9. Just raise it up every 10 ping, so you kind of get the gist of it. It's not really anything hard or complicated. Typically, it's playable up to 10 or 11, but that adds in about maybe at least between 2 to 3 frames of delay. It's not really too much, but it does. You do kind of notice it. It it's not as noticeable when you're like at 7 or lower. Well, once you start hitting 8 or 9, it kind of starts showing. But yeah. Um, say you're so another thing that Dolphin has is that you can actually have up to 4 people join in one room. So like say two of you are going to be playing, but you have other 2 people who want to spectate. You can just give them the same code. They'll all join. All right, all 4 players are in. Um, just make sure that where it says assign controller ports. So make sure that like player 1 or whoever's player 1. So like I'm player 1, and whoever's player 2 to have their ports on 1 and 2. All our players have to make sure that their ports are set to none, or else there's gonna be like serious lag. And Wii remotes, it's not a Wii game, so don't mess with that. And yeah, so once you close that, hit OK. Player 1 and player 2 are gonna be so the game's gonna start. Player 1 and player 2 are gonna be playing, and it should be running fine. If you just want to stop, you can just hit close, stop current emulation, and yeah, so it says stop game. And another thing is that like say you're used to CVS2 offline, and you're just trying to get used to the input delay or something like that, you can just start up Netplay by yourself and actually adjust the input delay. So say you want a 6, 7, or whatever. That added delay will actually be affected offline as well. So if you're just hosting a room by yourself. But yeah, I think that's it. Should be clear enough. This is just pretty much how Netplay is going to be working for the moment. Once you're done, just quick quit and you're good. Um, anything else? Just feel free to go to technical assistance on the Discord server, ask for help, and hey, people should have help you out soon. So, but yeah. So hopefully you get a CVS2 running. Everything running fine, and get matches going. Cause yeah, CVS2 online, really exciting. So thanks for watching. Take care.